Hi guys, this is Max. Welcome to my channel. I'm a massage therapist and an osteopath here in Barcelona. If you're a model and you want to be part of my channel, just send a message to my Instagram. So today we have a beautiful, amazing model from Honduras, and we are going to work on a side-lying position, a position that I love because allows you to work 360 degrees and add to the massage the rotation that is super important because you can add really a great rotation when you work supine or prone. In this position you can add rotation to the spine, and that is important to be able to adjust the vertebra or just get really deep into the tissue. See, this is a clear example of what I'm talking about. I'm pushing in front of the shoulder while I'm working on that adductors all the way up and down the spine. The aim of this video is to teach you some basic myofascial technique to help your client release that taut band in the back. Even if in this video we will work all the body, we will work the glutes, we will work the hips, we will work all the legs. But now we are just concentrating on that SEM, we are concentrating on that upper trap. This technique, it is come from Thai massage. How many times? I got to say that Thai massage seems like it's the base of every technique I'm doing. But yes, let's go back to what I was saying. You can use this massages technique to surprise your girlfriend and use the sense of touch as a love language. You can surprise your girlfriend because we are going into some Valentine's Day, so this will be a really great gift if you prepare everything for your girl or your boyfriend and give this massage. So I'm starting to release that upper trap that most of the time you can find in the middle a really tight band, and that is the trigger point that can probably is caused by calcium that is being trapped in the extracellular matrix. But I don't want to get too technical and make you fall asleep. Or actually, I do. Because my channel is not just about teaching the love language, but even to relax you. The deeper I go into the muscle, the deeper I want you to relax and follow my hands into the cervical, into the occipital, and teaching a love language, a language that seems to be forgotten lately with the pandemic and the mandatory distance and all this technology that make us forget about the people that surround us. So we can forget that we are social animals, and the touch is what makes us human. The eyes desire, but it's the touch that makes us that desire reality. And while I'm working the latissimus with this active release technique that can help people that, for example, are tennis player or basketball player, you can release the muscle in front of the shoulder, you can release the subscap. But going back to the love language, is the touch that makes the desire reality. And I really believe there is no Terragun or AI robots that will never be able to substitute the human touch. Because the human touch is based on intention. In the human touch there is love, there is desire. And we pass energy, and that energy is therapeutic. That energy has the power to heal. I don't want to get too hippish here while I'm releasing that back. And maybe if you listen to my voice and you just want to relax, you might want to close your eyes and start wondering while I'm talking. I believe that when we are touching your client, you need to come with a clean and pure intention. And that's it. That's how you heal. If you don't have a pure intention, you might not be able, just with the anatomy, with the technique, and all the study you did, to heal your client. You must have the pure heart, a pure intention, and not based only on money. Money is really helpful, and that's why I'm doing this video, because I love the money coming from YouTube. I love to see the increase of the views, and I love to see the increase of the money. But more than anything, I love to help my client feel better. And that's why I put everything together. The video, the technique, the way I'm releasing right now the quadrato lumborum, and the way I want you to go deep into the tissue while I make you relax, and while I make my client can read into the state of complete relaxation, releasing the quadrato lumborum all the way into the erectors. If you follow me for a while, you probably know that all this voiceover is just improvised. So sometimes I make mistake. Sometimes my grammar is not correct, because I'm Italian. And I got to tell you, I started enjoying talking to you guys, because it seems like it's the only way to really connect with you closely, and talking to your spirit and to your heart. I don't want to get too hippish here, but I thought about I can talk about what I'm doing, but at the same time I can try to express to you the inner feeling that I have when I give massages. That is more important. Like right now, working that erectors and releasing that muscle. And you can see how worried I am to get every image into the video. Worry that you have the right perspective. And at the same time, not using a camera work that can ban my videos. But yes, this is how we release the QL. We were like stretching it, we like pushing it, and we try to get rid of that tension on that side. And the more I work, the more you can see how the muscle release. Sometimes I work on the other side before I ask the client to turn around, because I want to give a 360 degrees feeling of the massage to my client. The lower back was really tight, so we keep on working. And then we go closer. And you can see, try to work on the rotators, on the longissimus. Muscle that need to be relaxed, to be released. And if you start falling asleep, I want you to chill, to wander, and feeling sleepier and sleepier. Now I'm giving some mobilization of the sacrum. My hand is on the sacrum and the other hand is on the ASIS. And then at a certain point I was even working with my hands on the belly, one and the other hands on L4, L5. And then I go back to work that longissimus, that erectors, in a direction And now again. If sometimes I don't finish my sentences, it's because I can find the word. It's because it doesn't come right away. Now you can see some work on the piriformis with this clamp technique. It's an active release technique. I know, guys, you will love that I take that towel out, but it's not possible. And I might get a Patreon where I can see and where I can show full glute massage. But for now, we got to stay with this. Now we have some work on a TFL. So I will ask the client just to extend and move up and down while I stretch that TFL. TFL that can get really tight if you run, if you cycle, if you're a cyclist, for example. The TFL, it's very often really tight. And you can change position. You can go in the front and work on a glute medius with this technique that I learned from a great physical trainer, Jeff Cavalier. I suggested to subscribe to his channel. He's an amazing trainer. And then I go to... No, this is actually the same technique. Sorry, I was over talking. Yes, you can see sometimes the legs are heavy, like in this case, so you have to have a good, a strong back and especially a strong arm, the biceps. And so now I'm working on that glute medius with my thumb. Hopefully I can give you a better shot of this. And now back into the feet. We're gonna work the inner line. The inner thigh pressure and pain may be as described most of the time as a dull arch pain, or sometimes when you go close to the adductor as a sharp pain. Most of people find the Gracilis, for example, really tight. And now you can see how you can start working from the feet all the way up. Working on the medial part of the calf and working on that adductor. Most of the time, pain in the groin, pain on the adductor is come from a quick turn that can create an injury. Well, most of the time it's just cause of from overworked. For example, if your position of the hips is not correct, or the position of the ankle is not correct. And when I'm working on that feet, I'm trying to release the fascia starting from the plantar and then going up. As you can see, I'm not always working strongly on the muscle. I like to add different technique. So some people have a lot of pain in this part of the adductor. 85% of general population will experience generally myofascial pain at some point in their life. Myofascial pain, that is even called MPS, has different etiology. And there is one cause that create myofascial pain syndrome. And I want to read a bit about one cause of this, that is low-level muscle contraction. Okay, so how does it happen? I'm going to read that so you can understand. Smaller units are recruited before and they recruited after large one. As it result, that small type 1 fiber are continuously activated during prolonged motor task, which can result in a metabolical overload motor unit with a subsequent activation of autogenic destructive processes and muscle pain. So what does it mean? But sometimes you use the smaller fiber first, and they are the last one to be de-recruited, while the bigger fiber, they're not recruited. So you have what is called a trigger point. And now while I'm working this adductor, I go all the way into the Adductors Longus. But you can even work all the other adductors. You can work the pectineum, you can work the brevis, you can work the medius, you can work the gracilis, starting from the foot all the way. The gracilis, that is a muscle that can most of the time really tight, and is a muscle that has the same function that has the hamstring too. So why not working it with a pin and stretch? Here we're going to give you a clear vision of the work on the gracilis and of the what is called the anterior oblique sling, that is created from adductors, internal oblique, opposite side external oblique, and a hip external rotators that are responsible in transverse plane stabilization during trunk rotation, in gait, swinging, and twisting. The outer thigh were often outer work, the inner thigh are weak and underdeveloped, and most of the time they have painful muscle. That's why it's important to work them. Like it's important to work the hamstring, like I'm doing right now with this hip and stretch in this position. You can even work the quad in that position if you want. Now I'm going exactly into the septum, in between the semitendinoso, semimembranoso, and bicep femoris. Going really deep and really slow. And eventually I will move from the inner thigh to the outer sling on the opposite leg. But now I want to give the last two strokes on that adductor where I start with. And now working on the plantar fascia on the opposite side, I'm going to work into the plantar, into the muscle that are made to stabilize the body, and then up into the tibialis, into the soleo, and into the gracilis, giving some good pressing. As I was saying, you can work the gracilis and in this position, going in the middle, where, as I said, where it hurts the most. Why it hurts the most? Because it's tight, because the low-level muscle contraction, or maybe is overworked, or maybe it's just the foot that is in the wrong position and make that muscle work harder than it's supposed to work. In this position you can work the mobilization of the ankle, and you can stabilize the foot with your leg, and you can even work all the way up the muscle while you mobilize the ankle, like I'm doing right now. Look, this technique is amazing. I really love it because it's a 360 degrees work on the entire leg. Going deeper into the heel, but in reflexology you know what I'm doing, and then working on the side of the ankle that get really tight, and give some good mobilization of the muscle. Again on the foot. And you have a better vision of the footwork. So guys, if you like my videos, subscribe, and I see you soon with more video every week. Thank you very much.